This is nScreenNoise. My name is Colin Dixon, founder and chief analyst at nScreen Media, and today is April 4th, 2014. There was an op-ed in the LA Times this week written by Warren Grimes, in which he was very critical of the fact that non-sports fans were being asked to pay for sports channels in their pay TV packages. They are, of course, not cheap. He picked on ESPN, which is $5.50 a month. And that, of course, translates to about $500 million a month to ESPN, or $6 billion a year. And he was not very pleased that individuals were being asked to pay for that who didn't use the channel. In particular, he quoted a Cox executive who claimed that 15 to 20% of their subscribers used ESPN and the rest didn't. So that means 80 to 85% are being asked to help foot the bill for that 15 to 20%. How much would they have to pay if they were asked to pay for all of ESPN and ESPN continued to get the same money? They'd have to pay $30 a month, and I suspect many of them will balk at paying that just for ESPN. But perhaps we are looking at this in the wrong way. Sports are scattered all over television channels. For example, the Winter Olympics was carried on NBC, Sci-Fi, NBC Sports, and other channels. Wimbledon tennis is on TNT. Soccer is all over the place. Univision, Fox Sport 1, and NBC Sports, to name a few, carry the soccer. Is there a sport that you're passionate about? Well, I bet for many there is at least one sport that they do want to watch, and their pay TV package gives them access to most of them today. So the question is, would you be prepared to pay $20 for your particular sports to get access to that? Because that's about what you're spending of your pay TV package for all of the sports across all of the channels. Thought about that way, it's a little bit of a different equation. I suspect that 80% or so of people watch at least some sport, whether it be bass fishing, soccer, skiing, curling, or something. And with the amount of sports on television, it's very likely that there's some coverage of those sports across all channels. Now, I believe we are heading more towards an a la carte world. However, this will not be without loss, because if we do lose all access to the channels that carry some of those minority sports and other sports that we have a casual interest in, I'm pretty sure that we won't subscribe to those channels just to get access to a sport that we're somewhat interested to look at. So a la carte will very definitely change the amount of money that's in sports today. Now, Harris poll this week was released about binge viewing. It was sponsored by Comcast. Comcast is in the middle of a watchathon on Xfinity for its customers. So hopefully a bunch of Xfinity customers are binge watching, or, well, maybe they shouldn't, looking at the Harris poll. 55% of participants in the poll said that they'd rather be watching new episodes than old. Well, I suppose there's no big surprise there. However, 82% of poll participants said that they'd watched 2 or more shows back to back, which is, I guess, the definition of binge viewing. 65% said that they prefer to sit, implying that I guess 35% prefer to lay down. And 58% liked salty snacks while they were binge viewing. 52% neglected something that they should be doing to binge watch. And get this, 23% said it was nutrition that they neglected. And sadly, 9% said they neglected their personal hygiene. Oh my goodness. Does that mean that Netflix and Comcast Watchathon should come with health warnings? I think they probably should think about doing that if this catches on much more. And if they do come with health warnings in the future, you'll be sure we'll report it here first on nScreenNoise. This has been Colin Dixon.